finally one of because I opened a bunch of Dan Hip variants on the way up, the climb up to get these 2 keys today.
So where am I on the Dan Hip ones? I have 1 of 12 and 5 of 12.
Yeah, I have 5 of 12 and 1 of them.
And 3 of 12.
And yet you have so many Dan Hips also.
Oh my god, and 7 of 12.
It is ludicrous to me how
12.
few. Oh wow.
There's 4 albums.
So hi everybody, welcome to this is just another Snapchat tonight. We're here talking Marvel Snap. Dan Hip is an artist who has a lot of Marvel Snap variants.
It is ludicrous to me how many Pixel variants I have, and yet I have nothing in any of the Pixel albums.
I get it. Have you completed any albums?
No.
Have you, Kevin?
No.
I have completed 2 albums. I completed
the Horley one, right?
Alex Horley and Jim Lee. Excuse me, my hot water with lemon is ready.
I've now
but we are live is kind of the thing. Hi, my name is Phil.
I figured.
This is Long Lost Lore. I'm joined by some players. A pair. I got a pair of players, and here's a reference to GoldenEye, if you remember that game. Snappers only.
Yeah, I love that game.
All right.
Let's play that.
Yeah, I got it. Although actually, an artist I found, Kevin, I really like that is Max Grecki.
Mm-hmm.
I've I like a lot of those become like my default ones now. Big fan of his. I just got his Lizard one as one of the ones I opened today. Really like it. But I keep also losing to Agatha decks, and it's so insulting.
Well, it's not as bad as it used to be.
It's not as bad as it used to be, but it is really like a thing of like it does feel like I should just quit the game. And today was even one where it's like it was a chibi, it was like an anime Agatha icon. The name of the player was Oops All Agathas. And then on turn 6, Agatha played herself to win the game, and I was just like, I should just quit.
Agatha is better now.
Yeah. It still doesn't feel great.
Agatha. Yeah.
It feels less bad. It still doesn't feel great.
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing about Agatha now. You can be strategic in how you build your deck, knowing which turns Agatha will play auto and which turns she won't.
Sure.
So it's because I think it's better. Anyway, hi everybody, welcome to the Dreamlands. As you can see, we have fewer players here tonight for various reasons.
It's fine though. It's no stakes,
which is interesting because you the voters and the viewers chose. Maybe we don't have some players here tonight because they elected to not die. Because the vote was for the extremely hard, most dangerous, most ill-advised plan that has come up yet. That plan being on a dangerous, likely doomed, and totally inadvisable mission to see if Maisie would be open to an alliance against the Nightmare Rider. Now, there may be some people here checking in who, pay a lot more attention to what's going on our Friday game, because tonight actually has some real major import for what happened on Friday. So I'm not going to just like fully reveal what happened there out of fear of spoilers for people who, I don't know, anybody watches this and hasn't watched that, I don't know. But there will be some information that may get revealed in this, so I'll kind of say that as a heads up thing. We're gonna have some fun first though. With a couple of things, gentlemen.
You never said we were going to have fun.
I apologize. No. Well, so I went to the Lego store today because it was next to another store I was at, and I just went in. I have a Dungeons & Dragons minifigure blind pack here. So let's see what Dungeons & Dragon minifigure I get here on our Dungeons & Dragons show.
Oh my god, I hope you pull out like a Fillion.
Well, the coolest would be to pull out Strahd, but I did not. Instead, I have pulled out an Aarakocra ranger or something. Some kind. I see a familiar and I see a bow and arrow. I'm gonna guess this is.
Oh, that feels like it should be like a secondary thing. It feels like you should get a big thing and like another. I guess I'm thinking of like the blind boxes for like minis where you get like a big mini and then you get like 2 medium-sized things. But these are all just minifig size.
You get one minifigure, and there you go. I was hoping for Strahd. Strahd would feel the most appropriate for the season.
I believe there is A little thing you can scan on the pack to cheat.
These, I think, they keep making it harder and harder. You used to be able to just feel the bags.
But he's got his little guy. You gotta slide him over though for the little guy to fit.
That's actually a great point. I will say I like the bespoke, like, sort of. The legs are an interesting sort of thing. So there you go. There's this. Oh, the little guy has to be on 2. Okay, so there you go. Guy and familiar.
Yeah.
Cool. I also got another one. So I'm just gonna open this while we keep talking. And what I really don't want is the same one, but that can happen in blind packs.
But like, if you look at the bottom,
guys. Oh, babies. Sorry, what were you about to say?
I think there's like a little QR thing on the bottom.
There are, but I think they were stopping making those useful. Oh boy, is this appropriate for everything that's going on?
Is it a mime?
No. It is.
Okay, so basically what we know now is that Kevin, when we both die tonight, one of us will be a bird person.
Bird person.
As our next character.
I mean, that would mean the other of you gets to be Strahd von Zarovich.
What? You did get Strahd.
I got Strahd. Draw number 2 is Strahd. Never mind. No complaints here, folks. Also, Strahd
does not bode well for us.
Strahd comes with a little rat. Strahd gets a cup.
So one of us gets to be the rat.
Oh my god, I blew it. Apologies to Baron von Zarovich. I can't believe I didn't see this.
I'm disappointed in you.
My guy's got a cape. Let's just get this on him. Now, did I also buy a new Batmobile? I mean, I did, come on, because I was there. And it was the last day.
Which one?
It is the animated series Batmobile. Excited to put it together. Fun times. All right. Oh yeah, Strahd's got a cape. That's much better. That right there is the Dreadlord.
Oh yeah. That feels like Strahd now.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, they've got like Zaz Tom. They've got the Queen of whatever Pain. So yeah, they got some stuff. But anyway, there we go. Boom. That were my blind boxes for today. Strahd is really the main one I wanted, so I'm really happy about that. Cool. But my friends and neighbors and players and viewers, that is not the only little thing we're going to be opening tonight, because we're going to be a day early. Maybe we're considering that we're in like the Atlantic time zone or something. The new adventure calendars are out. This is Dracula's Castle.
I don't like this.
A 31
I
day...
do not like how much Dracula is going on when we're trying to form an alliance against him.
I know.
No, we're trying to form an alliance against the Nightmare, not Dracula.
But Dracula is allied with the Nightmare Rider.
Well, now you're just... Look, it's just 1 degree. That's all.
This is how World War I started.
So,
I just want to point that out. This is how World War I started.
This is because this is 31 days. They've never shipped this early enough to have it for October. So this is going to be my countdown.
And you know who hurts when world wars start? The Soviets.
Yes, as well they should. Punishment for not just being capitalist. Gallenorian Saber, I got the whole set, so I have the arcade one too. I'm very excited for that one as well. But I figured I am going to just open these on the daily. So yeah, the front is a castle. On the back you have this beautiful, creepy area. And then da-da-da-da-da. So we're going to open box 1 of this. Even though it is September 30th, I'm kind of opening today's early just to do it on stream. But then I'll just open 1 per day. I'm not doing the only on stream situation for this. Too excited. This is my countdown. Ooh. Okay, well that's kind of a cool... kind of a cool, more ornate symbol than they often are to start things off. Just slammed my monitor here. It's shaking. Everyone calm down. This is a bat and a crescent moon. A D4. Are you guys playing Marvel Snap right now?
No.
No, I was just paying a credit card bill before I get charged a late fee.
This is sparkly, dark. There's a...
But they all look the same.
So, this one are interesting. If it's right side up, it's a 4.
Did it just fall in your drink?
Today. It did not go in my drink. It nearly did. So if it's right side up, it's a 4, but then otherwise you spin it around to see which of these numbers is up.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, not sure if I'll be able to hold it at a tilt. Maybe I can. But yeah, it's like you go da 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 da. So that one, as you can see, is on one side. So it's a 2.
Oh.
It is a different kind of die, but I like this symbol a lot. These might be really good. I'm sure I'm going to get a really good set of Dracula dice out of this, which will be great for Blood from a Stone and beyond, because, oh boy.
How come you haven't finished your crossword puzzle on your mug?
This mug has a website you can go to get multiple crossword puzzles that fit into it. And it's erasable. It's like you can like write on it.
Sharpie only.
If you use Sharpie on it, you're really doing a disservice to the surface of it. Now, I don't know if it would still work, but that is what they said. If you use like an erasable marker.
All right.
Anyway, how are we feeling? How do you guys want to decline this mission? I'm actually going to give that as an option to your characters as well as players. You may decline the mission. The mission will still happen, but you guys can decline it.
I will quote one of the great military leaders of our time, Jason Nesbitt. Never give up, never surrender.
Okay. Well. Okay. Fair enough. Well, gentlemen, let's go ahead and you could have gone to Castle Crunchenstein, is all I'm gonna say. You could have gone to the Jotunverse.
Gotta go right.
Sophia
said the most ill-advised, challenging thing that we could do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
all right, wonderful.
That's what we're doing.
Well, then let me set the mood by playing a scarier sounding song. And in our most recent session of this game, after sort of many, there's a lot going on, our heroes decided to kind of just sort of maybe take a moment to kind of solve a mystery that had been kind of on the back of their minds for a while, which was to find out which Lich won Filion. That was revealed to be Stasuth. And you also found out that Filion is now a phylactery. He was hidden in the exhibit hall that no one ever went to. Even though, as we found out, there actually were plenty of exhibits in it.
Yeah.
And Filion seemed to feel like he was learning valuable information in that situation. So, good for him. But with that set aside...
Seems like he's doing great.
Well, yeah. He thinks he's doing great, and that's ultimately what matters. It's all a matter of perspective. The mind is...
He's never been wrong, so...
So... Henry, having seen from the divinations that it was close multiple times but never there, decided to then take one last kind of divinatory look at things and wound up abandoning plans to potentially indulge Igor in his suggestion that you get some of his abandoned materials and bring them here. You guys couldn't quite trust the former Dark Lord, so you felt it was probably best to not engage in that, even though in those cases, those probably did seem like the more dangerous option. Although I think one of the times it wasn't.
Why would we ever engage with someone so closely associated with all that evil?
That is a great place to start today's session. So, Henry, Henry has been about here the past couple of days. Oh, I guess I should also mention that at the beginning of our last session, there also was a good bit of information about the sort of the multiversal trellis and the omniversal essence, and the information that you got from your sort of backdoor into the versus verse indicated to Henry that the creation of a sort of multiversal trellis, a sort of a means of whether it's seeing multiple opportunities, or there's a lot of implications for how you could use that. And you have some omniversal essence, so he's wondered if maybe that is a thing you guys might need to try for some reason in the future. But Henry now comes to you, having been working very hard on various projects. Not that he's always like super loquacious or whatever. You know, he's not coming around just to chat with you guys, but he's been a little more sort of distant and distracted of late. But he arrives, and upon seeing Cosmo and Ocelot and Zekas, he will say, "Oh, gentlemen, please come and have a seat. You may notice that Asha and Nova and Dominic are not here. They have actually undertaken another mission."
Oh. So then I suppose this mission is less dangerous if it's just the two of us?
No, not at all. Asha, Dominic, and Nova are in fact traveling to a universe, a sort of multiversal cluster known as the Scented Realms. They're going to sort of do some reconnaissance into something Orlando is up to there. The Scented Realms is a universe very much sort of where delicious. Oh, I'm not burning one. Damn it! I opened too much stuff and forgot to burn one.
Forgot this. I found this one when I was cleaning my room. This is a small one. This was like when they had their like fall festival last year. There was like a preview sent to like a harvest one, so it's kind of like a apple cidery kind of thing.
I guess I should light mine too.
Yeah, you don't have to. We're not going there. We're going to a very bad place.
I have Realm of Shadows next to me here that I suppose I could fire up.
I'm going with Lord of Bargains. This is in honor of them because they are in the Scented Realms, but you are not.
Cool, I'm glad we'll honor them tonight.
Yeah.
Fine.
Those about to die, we salute you. That being said, I would love for both Zekas and Cosmo and Ocelot, or perhaps only Cosmo and Ocelot, as Zekas is looking
getting fire.
Candle. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a look roll. Oh, and also, cart horse. Let's go ahead and do our luck rolls for tonight as well.
Oh, the important stuff.
The important stuff.
Luck. Hey, that's something. Pair of ones, so that gives me 4 luck, right?
A pair of ones gives you 4 luck.
And we're also up to full power again, right?
You are up to full power. Yes, more than a day has passed, I would say.
All right, then to give you your requested look roll.
Yeah.
Failed to look, pair of 7s on luck.
Understood. Well, you have 4 luck at least, but no look. How do we do on look, Cosmonauts?
Pair of sci-fi.
Pair of sci-fi. Yeah, okay, we'll say that's a thing. You notice there is like an eerie shape kind of hovering near you all, and it becomes clear, kind of perhaps it's like maybe some shadows pass or steps out of the light, that Ghost Nova is with you.
Ghostva is here?
Ghostva. And also with you, being carried by Ghost Nova, is Agnes.
Are you here to just say hi? So let me understand. We still cannot hear God, but you also cannot talk to us. So you're just going to listen to the thing and then just make faces?
It's quite helpful.
You really hope we don't get into any like hair-triggered situations.
Henry kind of is not really even just observing this kind of typical kind of shenanigans. Henry will say, they have gone to investigate sort of the sighting of Orlando. Perhaps splitting the team was wrong for this. Perhaps I should have sent you both there as well.
So everyone's off finding Orlando.
Yes, looking into a lead on him. For a while it was sort of a very pressing lead, but in any event.
Well,
You may
how
not...
can we best...
Yes.
I was just going to say, yes, tell us, how can we best serve the communal effort?
Well, here is the trouble. I am concerned about what the divinations have suggested. They give me pause. It's a very bold and perhaps foolhardy thing to attempt. But it strikes me that given Dracula's alliance with the Nightmare Rider, and given some changing fates from what I can observe of the Dreadlands, that we might wish to speak to Maisie.
Isn't she our enemy?
We have been concerned about her, but I have never believed her to be our true enemy. That figure, I believe, is more likely the Nightmare Rider or some unknown presence who is connected to them. Maisie has always been something that is cause for concern. The Dreadlands, the sort of blood from stone universe, is troubling.
Well,
Its origins are strange, and Maisie has now attained the level of Master Mage, which is impressive. And yet, the divinations
Didn't you want to?
suggest... Yes?
Actually, I don't know that. Cosmonaut doesn't know. Continue.
Oh. Because of all of this, I think it best that we... I had been working on a means of travelling to that place and potentially getting out of it. This was primarily in response to the dangers of... when your friend Medina, now neither of you even knew there was someone who we knew who was... or someone who some of our visitors here knew. Nova starts gesturing like she knows Medina. The point is there was someone I took measures and was investigating means of rescuing this person from these Dreadlands. But she made it out of a different means, actually, through the Nightmare Rider, so that's complex. The point...
I thought we were allied with
Dracula. It is more of a detente, and the situation is probably rather dangerous. That is part of why I am even cautious about this mission. Making an alliance with Maisie could provoke Dracula, could provoke his fury. We don't want that. And yet, I have to trust the divinations, the missions that sort of these tea leaves read. Whether we are simply pawns for strange, godlike beings who watch and observe and casually vote on what we do, I cannot say. But the point is, we must follow these missions where they lead. So, that is why we are going to the Dreadlands.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
Because I know a little bit about Dreadlands.
Yes.
I understand that when you enter one, you cannot leave it.
Precisely. I have sought an audience with Maisie, but I have been told that the mist will remain parted while we are there.
So we are trusting Maisie to allow us to enter and leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, I have another means of escape if we really need it. One that I'd already devised for a potential rescue of Medina, which proved unnecessary.
Okay.
But I cannot guarantee it will work, and I am going with you personally.
Oh, you're coming?
Yes, I've said we.
I thought it meant like royal we?
No.
That's what I thought.
I was considering not attending at all. I was also considering not going at all. I was also considering going on my own. But I felt, given the mission the others are on, you two sort of, for whatever reason, you're here with me.
Do you not trust us?
For this, I don't trust myself. We're trying to convince an entity of pure fearful evil to assist us. against another entity, only because perhaps at present she is opposed to such a thing.
So which one is worse?
I do believe that the Nightmare Rider is our truer enemy, the one we need to concern ourselves with. But that remains my opinion, but we may be making a true devil's bargain. And part of the reason to bring you to is if I will be curious if in the course of this, if you feel that the deal, if any deal is even on the table, that if it is not a good one, we can decline. And Ghost Nova is coming with us for reasons that are probably obvious.
Do you not feel that, that allying with evil against evil only empowers lesser evil to become bigger evil?
I do believe that, yes.
But what if, after the two evils go at it, the remaining evil is then weaker?
Or what if it's like a sort of an antibacterial situation, and if you clear out all the sort of the 99.9% of evils, all you're left with are the drug-resistant evils. You know, the super evils.
That sounds like worst-case scenario that you just described.
I agree with you, Cosmonaut. I do not wish to make deals with wicked forces. The deal with Dracula already struck me as odd, but it was struck by a young man named DJ3, who then promptly went elsewhere. He made a deal on behalf of the group and then just sort of touched the Omniversal essence and went home. So, bully for him.
Well, it seemed like you
as
at
I
least
recall,
got his
Dracula
chum
did.
back.
As I understand, Dracula did half deal, and then we had to do full deal to make half deal. It was very confusing.
Yes, it was very odd. So, are you prepared to venture into a realm of pure nightmare? We have been in the Dreamlands for a very long time, used them to traverse. We are now going to a connected yet very distinct inversion of this place. From the Dreamlands to the Nightmare Realms to the Dreadlands themselves. And as Cosmonaut alluded to, if either of you would like to decline attending this mission or joining on this mission, you're welcome to do so. There remains chance that we will be trapped there. And Maisie seems a harsher jailer than many.
I think that perhaps this is what we are meant to do.
Zekas, I thought you might have such a sort of view of fate and destiny and just listening to whatever the divination suggests we accomplish. So, Cosmonaut, last chance to back out.
We have all done things we are not proud of, and for that we must pay penance and suffer through. Perhaps this is that penance.
Well, come along then, gentlemen.
Do we need to equip ourselves with anything different than...
As a very interesting film from one of those sort of it's on many of the Earth variants, but what we will have there is only what we take with us.
You'll say we'll have my whole suit.
All right, sure. Come this way. I mean it in a sort of more lyrical. Never mind, because I was like, yeah, you will.
Oh, you mean
have
philosophically? Okay.
Oh, there's some more philosophically, yes. So Henry will start dream walking. Henry walks at a very brisk clip, by the way, and that's sort of English kind of have you ever sometimes you walk with someone from London or New York and you're like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Get over yourself. We get it. That's how Henry walks. Just do. Even though Cosmonaut, you are very high in move, you're definitely you're putting in something to sort of keep up with him. You're both very, adept people, but it's kind of takes some time to catch up with him. The dream walk is very swift. And occasionally you might catch eerie images on the side of you, which is just Ghost Nova. With Agnes kind of trailing around, but it doesn't take long for the terrain to become frightening and scary. And then you find yourselves, your feet stepping on hard, cracked blue stone that's kind of wet.
Oh, wet slate?
Oh, right. Which one has wet slate in it?
Isn't it the Realm of Shadows?
Yeah. Realm of Shadows would really be the one to be burning. This is cedar.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you got it. It's wet slate.
Yeah.
Big, wet slate energy. Okay. So, as you sort of get to this point, it seems to sort of like arrive all at once, and yet you can also tell that it's been there for a while. It is to neither of you a familiar sight, but to at least Pierce as a player a familiar sight. There is this thick purple mist that kind of clings sort of all around. And as you look back, you realize that you are about 5 or 6 feet from the edge of nothing. Behind you is a total void. That blue cracked ground kind of just falls off into nothing. And directly ahead of you is pure mist. A wall of it.
Yep.
Are we heading into that?
I would, you should be very cautious trying to walk into it. It will drain your energy. It is sort of a very enervating quality, unless you are, well, you might actually be sort of aware of this, although as a sort of twilight elf, it is the shadow elves are immune to this. They alone. Maybe sort of something you've encountered here or there, although where you're from there are not as many shadow elves, I do not think.
I've met some along our travels.
So, we must now wait. Pierce, do you have a D13?
I do.
Please roll it. You have a D13 as well?
I do.
That will come in, that will be important in a moment.
It's sitting in its little jail.
Don't roll a 4. Actually, roll a 4 if you want to.
I rolled a 4.
You did not roll a 4, did you?
I rolled a 4 right before you said it.
Here's the thing. If only DJ3 could be here. Longtime viewers of Blood from a Stone know what a 4 is, because we rolled him for Dreadstorms twice in a row. This will take some of the fearful edge off, and yet it is very dangerous. As the mists, kind of Henry waits here, and suddenly an archway forms in the mist, parting. A perfectly formed archway. Maybe 8 feet tall. So Zekas in your Cyclops form, it would be hard to get through it. Henry kind of pauses, and from this, you can kind of smell a like vanilla and coconut, and you can hear maybe almost like calypso drums playing.
What did you do to us?
Pierce rolled a 4.
I sent us to the best worst place, I think.
Henry says,
It will be
well,
or the
shall we?
worst best place.
And Henry sort of walks in.
This doesn't seem that bad.
You find yourselves stepping through this archway. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was assuming we were already through.
You walk through, and it's kind of it's also this very unpleasant thing, because it's like some like Moses Red Sea stuff where you're walking kind of for like too far with just a wall of this mist next to you, and you're like, but like it also for those of you who are unaware, the mist, it is maybe like a quarter of a mile that you're passing through. It is not just like a wall. It's
That is significant.
Yeah.
Henry, have you been here before?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
I'm just wondering why floor is so sticky. Because my paws are sort of exposed.
Yes. I would, Wait, are they? Aren't you in a spacesuit? Oh, you're not wearing your gloves. Cosmonauts, look, put your gloves on. Oh, dear. Have you touched, okay, well, I'm gonna...
touched it all.
Prestidigitation, it's gonna take a few coats, sorry. Prestidigitation, there we go, okay. Yeah.
So you should put gloves on.
I think
we are in biohazard area.
I'm going to say that if you have gloves, you should put them on. Let me just toss that out there post haste for everyone.
Okay.
As you enter, hold on, I'm having to. I knew I was going to have to do this on the fly. As you enter, I have an invocation. Turn-ons. A suntanned wet body and a sexy butt. Turn-offs. Pushy people, dishonesty, show-off guys. Miss December 1996.
Do we hear that as we walk?
You don't, but you really feel it. And soon as you step
Did you also just feel December hit you, Zekas? The cold of winter, but yet something broiling underneath it?
Oh dear.
Lurks here, but you kind of want to find some tan.
You step out of the mist onto a very sort of tranquil beach. A bright moon is in the sky, it is dark, the water is lapping, and with every impact it almost sounds like the water's going as it splashes with each kind of cresting wave. It's like that kind of vibe.
So Henry, question.
Yes.
This feels like very strange place for this type of meeting. I assume Maisie has chosen for us to come to this place.
I'd suppose so as well. He sort of turns back and kind of
Feels
looks
like
at... In the mist, there is a very distinct archway still there leading out.
It does feel like it is designed to put us ill at ease.
Well, I think it is...
It seems specifically targeted at Zekas and myself, that we would not appreciate this level of decadence and immorality. It feels like almost a dice roll perfectly targeted these two characters.
I have to say that the dice would have preferred this to just be a Voluptua game for all 169 episodes. We've visited Voluptua and had its influence. We've only been there 4-5 times. There's only been 5 sessions in it. That's what she's... Okay, so anyway, as you see that sort of surrounded by tiki torches in their older version, not the new, not the new implication of that, there is a cabana on the beach. And there's kind of like a canvas sheet on one side, and you can see there is a chair, and there seems to be a woman sitting in the chair. You can see her shadow kind of, cast against the sheet.
Any other shadows or just that one?
Make a look roll.
Two ones.
Only figure you see is that one. Sort of seeing it in profile, clearly it's like it's looking out at the water and the moon. So Henry says, I believe that is probably where we're going.
Oh. Do you want us to scout ahead or just go?
I suspect our host already knows we're here, so perhaps we should just go. So Henry kind of, walks that way. It's a little harder walking on the beach. Zekas, what is your favorite terrain? Do you have a favorite terrain?
Desert.
It's sandy, so I'm gonna say it's like wet sand is different than like whatever sand, but it's still sand. So you're kind of able. You can move pretty quickly. Cosmonocelot, you have a feline stride, so you'll be fine. Henry now is like
I'm in a suit, so it's
yeah. But the point is, as you guys get around the cabana, looking inside, you see that it was a trick of the light that was sort of projecting a large form on the campus. You could see from her little lantern within, and sitting there in a doll-sized chair is Maisie. A white porcelain doll in a purple dress with red hair. She's just sitting there looking at you. And then you hear a voice that says, "Come in. Go on, have a seat. Make yourselves at home."
Pick quite the spot for us.
Apologies.
This is ignominious surroundings.
It's Philip Shua.
Philip Shua?
Philip Shua.
Oh, I see.
We
It's one of
met some of them before.
Oh, have you? I find that surprising since you've never been here before.
I have not met anyone. This is first experience. I don't hang out with do you mean people at base?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't really fraternize. Oh, the hot tub. I remember this.
Yes.
Henry says, "Indeed. Hello, Maisie. I'm Henry Lovestone. These are two of my friends and associates, Cosmonocelot and Zekas Torrret. And I will not sort of insult your perceptions by suggesting you do not also see our ghostly sort of friend who is with us. This is a spectral projection of another member of our team named Nova. And she is carrying," and Maisie goes, "Agnes. She's got Agnes." By the way, Maisie's face is not moving. You're just kind of hearing this voice all around. The doll is just sitting there totally static.
Her head doesn't turn?
Nope. The doll is just sitting there.
Oh, and it doesn't feel like it. Oh, so it's like is it like a voice in our heads, or it's just like it feels like it's coming from everywhere?
It's kind of coming from everywhere. It's like, yeah.
That's much worse than I was imagining. You know, the sheep or lamb.
Nova holds the lamb up, and it whispers. And then Ghost Nova, in a very irritating way, leans over to Henry and whispers something.
Cool.
Yes, Agnes is similarly familiar with you, Maisie. I believe this is Agnes from your. Oh, that's Agnes, all right. I'd recognize her anywhere. Well, Maisie, we've come to speak to you on the possibility of
Come to bargain.
Whether it is a full alliance or some cessation of hostilities between us, there are some troubling changes to the multiverse, ones that affect not only us but also you. By now you are no doubt aware of the alliance between Dracula and the Nightmare Rider. Maisie is very quiet. No response. This alliance causes some concern. I will put it plainly, Maisie. I want to know what your goals are. I want to know what it is you want. I want to understand if your goals and our goals are, if not aligned, if they can be tolerated. Because though you are trying to grow, you've crafted this place out of stolen deific energy, and you're trying to spread your influence across the universe. I do not have a sense of conquest from you, Maisie. want to conquer anything. That is appealing. It seems to me that Dracula and the Nightmare Rider both do have an interest in sort of pulling more things into Nightmare. That is not your goal. Maisie does not reply.
So what is your goal, Maisie?
I just want to scare you.
Oh.
Like, just
well,
us?
Succeed. You've succeeded. Are you done now?
I haven't even gotten started. Not with you.
Oh, like continually scared, not just like the one-time thing. Alright, I'm just trying to understand parameters.
I'm trying to scare everybody.
Do you feed off of fear? Do you become stronger from the fear?
No. What is fear? What does it mean to be afraid? What are you afraid of? Henry got a listen and like, no one answered that.
Do you not know already? Is that part of it? Is that you need to discover fears?
No. What do you know of fear?
Yeah.
What are you afraid of, Maisie?
Everything. I'm afraid of everything.
Is that why you wish to scare everyone else, to let everyone feel fear you feel all the time?
She doesn't reply. Why are
So if we were...
Good.
No. If we were to work with you to prevent Night Rider from... Nightmare Rider from conquering and coming towards you, that would alleviate some of your fear. Yes, if you're afraid of everything, that alleviates some of your fear.
Maisie still does not reply. Henry kind of gives you both like a look of like, this is not what he was expecting either.
What if,
Is there a way to like slow down Jimmy Buffett music? It really is disconcerting.
It's, and I'm actually gonna, I try to always yes and, but I'm gonna say the vibe is not Jimmy Buffett music, because you don't ever hear Jimmy Buffett music in a softcore
Sure, fair.
So it's sexy jazz, or it's like calypso music, like in a Girls Gone Wild infomercial. But yeah, okay. It's not like Margarita.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking more like, I said Jimmy Buffett, but I am thinking more of like Girl from Ipanema kind of thing.
I think it's more like Girl from Ipanema who gets. Never mind. The point is, it's a very the music is smooth and horny.
Got it. In any case, it is weird to like feel dread radiating from you, but hear like sex music. It is confusing emotion.
This place is formed because of one of the ones who gave me the power. I owe this place to one of my dreadlords.
So that's no? Music stays at the same volume.
There's been more fear and death here than anywhere.
In this place?
Yes. Voluptua has been a prize. I never would have crafted it, but it has provided me with a great deal of terror.
I suppose it makes sense. Looking around at this place, it is a place filled with lust, and, you know, if you are experiencing extreme emotion, in one way it is easier to feel others, right? You are at the emotional climax.
As you say that, there's a large crash of the surf, like, oh
God, please. That's please.
Yeah.
It is easier. It is easier to feel other emotions intensely.
Are you trying to create more of these Dreadlands?
Henry leans in, and she says, I will need to create more Dreadlands, yes. This one isn't. Zekas and Cosmonautilon. I don't know that either of you, this is your absolute area of expertise, but go ahead and give me either a detect vibe person or a psychology roll, your choice.
Jesus.
I think that's not really going to be...
Detect vibe.
I mean, psychology is the better.
Okay.
Nothing.
Second degree success in fantasy.
Fantasy. Magic Adventure Quest. Wonder. You have a vague sense that Maisie seems a little off or dissatisfied here. You're certainly getting the sense that everything is not well with Maisie. Is not happy about everything.
Happy about anything.
I was under the impression that you could just sort of move freely through these lands. Is that not the case?
The doll stands up. The voice continues. I don't have to move freely. I'm everywhere. In these 13 domains of dread. I know everything that's happening. I am the dark powers. And yet, other things have been attracted to what I've done here. I crafted this place all on its own. Maisie is now walking toward you. The volume of the voice isn't changing.
I will stand as well, just...
Sure, Maisie now kind of is very close. There are other things that have been attracted by what I've done here. By the endless wells of dread I've discovered. And I'm other places too. So, why is it you would make an alliance with me? Why is it you would work with someone who wants fear and nightmare to be felt everywhere?
You intend to turn every land into a Dreadland.
You now hear Maisie's voice just in your ear as a very upsetting whisper. And that there's something vaguely sexy about it because it's voluptua. But Maisie says...
Which is the most upsetting part of it all.
Indeed. And Maisie says, every land's a dread land.
You say you are everywhere. So... that... Just so I understand, parameters of this, and maybe so we are honest about things. So that means that you know that we destroyed version of you in different world? Have you reconstituted yourself there? Does that mean that you are not there now? I'm not sure how this all works.
Oh.
It's because we burned you into ash and then scattered you into ocean. Or maybe other way around. It seems like would be a poor idea if that's the way we did.
There's some trick of the light where the doll looks up at you and smiles. And Cosmonauts and Zekas, did you both participate in the destruction of the Maisie doll?
Yeah, that's why I was just looking up.
You both have a vague sensation of, like, there's like an eerie feeling of like, okay, so I guess but Maisie could be bluffing, but Maisie seems to suggest that maybe there was a cut to the dolls in somebody else's car after all. That's the thing.
Very specific, loaded smile.
It wasn't even a smile, it's a trick of the light.
So, isn't the Nightmare Rider doing the same thing? Trying to pull everything into nightmare and dread? Yet they're opposed to you.
Henry kind of looks up and says, of course. Yes, the Nightmare Rider is trying to transform the world into sort of, he's trying to pull things into the Nightmare Lands, into the mist. The Nightmare Rider is fundamentally, though, as we've sort of learned of its new sort of its new existence, that it is sort of a horse. It is tied somehow to the Shadow Elves. You have ties to the Shadow Elves too, don't you? Maisie, the doll, begins to hover and rises up to like the eye line of Henry and Zekas. And Cosmonauts thought you're now it's a little above you. Maisie kind of looks at Henry and looks at Zekas and looks down at Cosmonauts, just the kind of blank, flat face. And then kind of Henry sort of saying, yes, the Shadow Elves, it's different for you, isn't it? And Maisie, the doll, speaks, the mouth moves, and says, yes.
So what is your relation with the Shadow Elves?
Maisie says nothing. Then Henry says, deep cut for BFAS viewers. Henry says, Merkizgad indi garudi blendenbach. And Maisie kind of like, you sense the vibe of the room change, and then Maisie just settles back into the chair, and the voice is all around you once again. Maisie says, I find the Shadow Elves powerful, but dangerous. They do not have the proper fear. They do not respect dread the way they should. They think it is their tool. They think themselves immune because the mist did not affect them. They think things like me are just their tools.
And what of... Aren't the Mistwalkers like her cronies? Or are they not?
You can certainly just ask that if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. She will say, The Mistwalkers that exist here, they serve to link the realms, to bring fear of other places, and yet also be afraid themselves, knowing that though they're not trapped by the mist, they're still trapped by the terror. They're another part of the tapestry. But unlike the Shadow Elves, they're not so vainglorious.
Within it should please you. You know that we are the monitors now, the expansion of the Shadowlands. That has been taken away from the Shadow Elves and is now something we monitor. We talked to a seal about it. It's all official.
That actually gets like a very eerie head turns right to you. What seal did you talk to?
Seal of approval?
Henry kind of pauses and says, the seal we spoke to, her name is Sophie. She is not a Selkie. She is a seal who can talk. Maisie, you are, however, a Selkie, aren't you? Or at least a deeper entity connected to such things. And you've tied yourself to this doll, the iconography. Maisie, may I have a moment to speak to my team? Maisie says nothing. You guys step out of the cabana. Henry looks over and sees that the archway is still there. He looks at both of you and says, I have a hunch. I think that Maisie is... I think that Maisie is not as malevolent a creature as I had initially thought. Malevolent, certainly, but...
Maybe it's the doll, but she seems very childlike.
I think that's part of it. Sort of what is more terrifying than a child in an eerie setting.
It is more rational conversation than I expected to have with pure entity of fear and doom.
Indeed. I think that Maisie has suffered some defeat here, some setback. Clearly still very powerful, in control, but I think this entity is more complex than I had thought. The divinations were right to send us here. What do you think? Should we leave now? Or should we attempt to strike some sort of bargain with this creature, this entity, this doll? She's a Selkie. I don't know if you know what Selkies are and your sort of things, but Selkies are basically malevolent spirits who can sort of change into different things. In some cultures, they can become. They're also connected to Kelpies, which can become horses, or Selkies, which can become sort of seals. They lure people to drown below the deep. Some of them, however, are more powerful than that.
Is the Nightmare Rider one too, then?
I have been wondering that myself. And I know that there was some recognition when you were doing something with, I think it might have been when you were sort of putting Friederike back together. I know that some of your research indicated some of the lore masters of Blood from a Stone, a man named Walker, a ghost called Walker, said that there was some connection between the Nightmare Rider and one of the Dreadlords here, the Phantom Horse. some sort of archetypical link between them. My point is, Maisie is very dangerous, and I think Maisie does want to frighten everyone and bring a lot of suffering to people. My question is, I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like Maisie is not our enemy, not fundamentally. Maisie almost to me is more an aspect of reality. A fundamental and, I hesitate to say necessary, because the methods are horrific and many die and are tormented in it, but there's... dread is a part of life, after all.
Well, still not sure what she would want from us, but...
Well, we get aid her.
Yeah, what is it we would get?
Perhaps it is least worth asking.
Alright. They go in and Henry will sort of say, Maisie. We are open to the possibility of striking some kind of bargain with you. What is it you would want from us? And in exchange, would you be willing to assist us in thwarting the Nightmare Rider's conquest of Dreamlands, of transforming the sort of connective astral dreaming world into one of pure nightmare? Into one of purple mist. Maisie sort of pauses and says, every dream is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And every nightmare is a dream?
Every nightmare is a dream. There is dread and there is love.
Dream is a wish? I feel like I've lost the thread. I apologize.
Henry sort of... Will you help us against the Nightmare Rider? What would you want in exchange for your assistance? Maisie will reply, a world.
Which worlds?
You will to a world.
Already have 13.
It does seem...
No. I can reach into many worlds now. I've seen the great variety of them. Here I have such power, but it's all a dream. Give me a real world.
A real world.
A world of fear, not a nightmare. Give me a world where the fear can be let out. And I'll stop the Nightmare Rider.
What will you do with this world?
The doll doesn't even move, but the light shifts and the doll just seems to ever so, or maybe the doll's head just ever so slightly just kind of turns to you, Zekas, with a slight tilt, as if suggesting you already know.
How would world we give you be any different than 13 worlds you already have? And world we are standing in right now?
Henry will answer that, because this world is only a dream. We are on such stuff as dreams are made of, albeit this one a particularly scary and horny one. A sex nightmare. They happen. What Maisie is asking for is probably more than that. What Maisie's asking for is a world, but everything beyond it. Maisie wants a multiverse. Maisie wants reality, a material plane. One that is, as we've seen across the multiverse, certain material planes are set up with different rules, have different sort of energies. Maisie wants no longer a sort of sequestered, false space. The dread, whatever experiments, whatever it she's trying to do here are being threatened or attacking too many things, or maybe she's gotten what she needs from this place. She wants something more. Something that is real.
But can you not reach all worlds right now? From Dreamlands, can't you reach into any world you want? Since you are Master Mage now, we have seen Sherlock do this, we have seen Dracula do this.
Is Dracula in control of every world he touches? Am I?
No.
Is anyone? Precisely. She's asking for more than that.
What about a world of infinite possibilities?
Henry turns to you. Go on, Maisie says.
That you'll perceive as real. And will feel real. But isn't material or dream.
But may have interesting scoring systems.
Maisie says, if you can give me such a world, I'm listening. Perhaps. But I'll give you a warning. Dracula and the Nightmare Rider. They're planning something. Not here. In the world I'm from. They're planning something big.
Which world are you from?
Henry will say. The superhero one.
It's always that one.
It's always that one. And yet also no, she's not from there. She's from there, but she's also from CC7722, where you destroyed her, but you didn't destroy her.
The mundane world?
Yes.
It seemed pretty interesting.
Macy says, that's the kind of world I want. A mundane
So you
world.
just want to go home.
Maisie does not reply to that, but you can feel like there was almost a reply. There was a lull in the pumping bass line. A pregnant pause. Actually, never a pregnant pause. You can't get pregnant in Voluptua. That's a rule.
What about an anticlimax?
Do you have others that you've captured in the mist here? Like, from mundane worlds?
Let me actually think about this for a second. There is only, aside from Dracula, who I cannot expel, and the Nightmare Rider, who I cannot stop from visiting, there is only one within these Dreadlands who is not of my own creation, who is not formed of the unformed.
Who is this?
A shadow elf. Lady Rhiannon Tithe.
Your prisoner?
Only in the sense that I would not let her leave.
So, yes. That is definition.
But she came willingly, knowing what this place was, thinking it was a way for her to get more power. She provided the blood for the Mistwalkers. She's their progenitrix. Henry will pause at that. Zekas, were you going to try to negotiate her release?
Yes, unless... Looks like this person wanted to be here.
I don't know if she still wants to be here, but if you want to take her with you, I can bring her here now. I'd be happy to see the end of her, but you cannot trust her. She's very dangerous.
Is she an ally of the writer?
She probably would be if she had the chance.
I'll look to Henry. And Cosmonocelon.
Henry would sort of say, I wouldn't want a shadow elf who sort of came here willingly and now can't leave and is sort of mixed up in things that does not seem like a prisoner in the sense that I think you were asking, Zekas. I am personally more inclined towards not having this person sort of involuntarily summoned here, but if the two of you feel strongly that we should try to save her, I will allow it if you both think we should do that.
This is sort of something that seems more personal to you. Zekas, I am always for freeing people from their bonds, but only if they wish to be free. You cannot free someone who does not wish to be free. Though it does seem like, on one hand, it seems like dragging yet another Dreadlord into our home, or Dreadlord adjacent.
She is no Dreadlord. She is a bureaucrat. Oh, now Cosmonaut looks like we have to save her.
No, even worse. But like, on the other hand, why should Asha be the only one who brings people back?
That is honestly.
It was actually Dominic, but
oddly, it really is Dominic. It would seem like it's not Dominic, but it's most of the time it's because he just rips it because he doesn't understand.
That's how I got here.
Yeah,
but
pulls the fucking sheet. How you got here as well, Cosmonaut. Literally both came.
It was shaking hand
with me. Yeah.
Zekas, yes.
Oh, perhaps this Lady Rhiannon would wind up being as invested in our cause as you, although I suspect not. What's your take? Should we summon her in now?
She might not be pleased with how we have our past dealings with Shadow Elves.
Indeed. Dominic would
sort of upset them.
Zekas, ultimately I think it is your decision. You brought it up.
We
will back you up.
Understood. All right. Henry.
No, I guess you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
I was just gonna say, I guess you keep your elf, Maisie.
How unfortunate.
And how would you intend to stop the Nightmare Rider? How will you assist us?
Maisie says, because the Nightmare Rider only cares, only perceives dread this one thing. And suddenly the mist in the distance kind of just starts to swirl into this like wild kind of like storming, pulsing thing. Henry very nervously looks and sees that though it's now kind of being like rocked on all sides, that passage still remains your exit. He doesn't know that dread is not just the mist. He's too focused on only one front of a war that could be fought in so many places. Give me a world. Give me a real world. I want infinite possibilities in fear and love and dread. Henry says, I will see what sort of world might be possible. I will contact you again. For now, we'll take our leave. Before you go, can I please speak to Agnes? Like, Ghost Nova looks kind of nervous, but holds up Agnes. And then sets Agnes down next to Maisie. Cosmonauts and Zekas, please give me look rolls.
Bad idea. Of course. You know, we got... What's the worst that could happen?
She decides to close it and you guys can't get out.
I'm gonna spend 3 power to read.
Spend some power to throw something on.
Sure.
Two 7s, 2 8s.
Which will you go with?
8s.
2 rounds of nothing means that's what's meant to be.
Oh dear. You're gonna go with 8, which is the meta. I think that's the right thing. So Zekas, you will see that, like, basically Ghost Nova, who, like, you can see the shape of her cosmonaut a lot, but like Zekas is like seeing facial expressions. Ghost Nova. So basically, what's happening is 2 dolls are sitting on a chair together, but like Ghost Nova is like reacting to everything that's being said and like stepping forward and then moving back, looking like she's nervous, and she's having a serious reaction to all of this. Zekas, with a 1 die penalty, you can do a detect vibe read person on this invisible person you can just barely see.
Let's do it.
All right.
And I'll throw power on to negate the 1 penalty. Because why not?
Sure.
Cool.
Oh no, Zekas is gonna wind up not with power left.
That's what I'm worried about. Let's go on the live on the edge.
We're living on the edge.
2 3s.
2 3s. You're fine at it anyway. All right. With 2 3s. You're basically getting the sense that Ghost Nova is overhearing Agnes and Maisie having like a doll conversation, and maybe Ghost, kind of like real Nova, where you're like, is this thing talking to her? Or is she just making this up? You're not sure, but she seems to be like she's reacting like she's watching a soap opera. Periodically she's just like, you know, like it's very heightened. Like, you wouldn't be shocked if there's some serious revelations happening between these dolls.
Look to Henry. Do you know what they're saying?
No.
Is everything all right, Nova?
Ghost Nova looks at you and just is like... She's pointing at Maisie and making arrow gestures.
You want us to shoot Maisie?
You want us to shoot?
I really don't. No, do not. Don't do
We
that.
don't have gun.
Don't do that. Just please don't anyone shoot Maisie with an arrow. Ghost Nova is really trying to get you to shoot Maisie with an arrow.
I mean, Ghost Nova, do you have arrow?
I have arrows.
I only have claws.
All right, we will
I'm
roll
currently
for...
wearing gloves because
But I'm not going.
this
I'm not
place
gonna
is disgusting.
No. I'll roll for Ghost Nova. That's a good point. You say I have arrows. Okay. She gets 6 on these. Ooh, boy. Let's see. Well, 7s. All right. Ghost Nova, you say I have arrows. And Ghost Nova, who we have established can pick up objects, takes one of your arrows and throws it at Maisie.
What did you? I couldn't grab it.
She's invisible. It's a trick. I mean, you can. I'm gonna say she makes. Okay, if you want to, you can attempt to. Okay, if you wanted to, I'm going to give you. By the time she's got it out and throwing it, it's already in motion. Zekas, I'm going to give you a very dangerous thing you could try.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you could try to shoot an arrow to stop her, because she's only throwing it, so your arrow would go faster. So theoretically, you could draw and fire because you're a ranger. So you could try to shoot her arrow to deflect her arrow into not hitting Maisie. But you're now shooting an arrow at Maisie, so you'll have to do a really good job with that arrow shot.
Oh god.
You have 5 dice in fight. You're pretty darn good.
I am.
I'll phrase it like this: at a 3rd degree success, you probably don't have anything to worry about. 4th, you'll be fine.
So I need 4 of my 5 die to match.
You'll need 4 of your 5 dice to match, or 3 on something that feels correct in terms of like what the match is.
Oh boy. I mean, did she like? How hard does she fling this? Like, is it going to be a thing where it like hits and like does nothing because it's like, or is it doing some serious damage?
On the actual throw, that was sort of the grab and the thing. The actual throw is I don't know if we'll be able to see this. I rolled 4 5s. You see that?
Yeah, sure do.
So it will be a direct hit. Now it's going slower than yours would be, but her aim is true because she loves Agnes so much. This will hit Maisie straight in the porcelain face.
Oh, fudge. All right.
I also guess I just should add that the way Nova does it, like it's not like Nova is doing it, but this is something about this arrow. Like this arrow is just like so like smooth and beautiful. It is just such a sexy arc. The arc of the arrow is like a perfect like hourglass figure. You know, it's just like you know, this is an arrow with cleavage.
Pierce, do you have a?
Do I have a way to stop this?
No. Do you have?
Basically,
a vote if you want me.
Oh, if I want you to try to...
both of us if this goes awry. So I don't want to do something that would put...
Here's what I'm going to say. I will step out of Cosmonaut Slot for a second here to have this conversation. She's already getting shot in the face by someone we brought here. I already feel like we're already screwed, so you might as well try to stop it.
Alrighty.
Oh, that is not what the beginning of your sentence did not reveal to me what the end of your sentence is going to be. I thought you were saying was, she's already been shot by someone who's come here, so we should start running.
Oh no, I would rather. Here's the truth.
Yeah.
I would rather stay here and not be the Egyptian soldiers chasing the Jews, and have the Red Sea collapse on me.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Right.
I would rather stay here than try to cross the Red Sea. You know what I
Really
mean?
Okay.
Regretting that re-person one now, because now I can either add some die and have enough to re-roll, or I can save it so I can change one.
I guess, is there a way for me to like
Tricky.
also attempt to, since I am fast, is there a way for me to just sort of dive to, like, run to catch this?
No!
How'd we do? What'd he do?
Oh no, I meant I just had a vision of Cosmonauts doing the
I thought you
bodyguard.
made a roll. You were saying no. I thought you had just rolled 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Cosmonocelot, if you know what, Cosmonocelot? You are very fast. That's going to serve you well when you try to run through the Red Sea in a moment. I think...
And then they weren't for Ramses.
I think that because you didn't have the... For you to try to outrun... You would have to have a very high degree of success, which, 4 dice and a thing, you certainly have the opportunity to try to run and catch the arrow. You will have to... You'll have to at least have a 4th degree.
But all my numbers would have to line up. Okay.
Yeah, or adding dice. Because she has a 4th degree, so you'd have to at least match that. But there's a part of me that just I'm like, it's a real question to me if that is even feasible, because you also didn't see her.
Oh, that's fair.
You hadn't seen, like, you couldn't sort of
Oh,
see.
you're
the
totally
stuff
right. You're
that she
totally
was
right.
doing
No, never
that.
mind.
So
Because like it's not even like I have any heightened senses at all.
it's
So
just,
like no.
it's just sudden. It's like an arrow's already halfway to her.
Sure.
Zekas,
Then I
having
agree.
seen it and pulled, I could conceivably see him be like, let's try one. But
No,
yeah,
I
yours
agree.
is-
Then this is all just going to be. I'll just be dealing with the aftermath.
Understood. You can, if you want. I'll tell you what. If you want to start running, you can have a free bonus on the subsequent move.
Well, I mean, I haven't even
I
seen
got
the arrow hit yet.
How'd we do?
So,
All right, here
I
we
got
go.
2 6s.
2 6s.
And then I changed one, so 3 6s.
So you have spent.
I have 1 power
You
left.
have 1 power left. Oh no. Okay. So here's the. Okay.
It is mystery, but it is also 6.
666. All right. Mystery is not one of the main ones I was saying would be helpful here, but I will say motive is maybe going to... Motive is a keyword we've never used, but I think maybe that will be enough for here. And it is 666. These are 2 very good arguments. So I will say that an arrow goes flying. Zekas draws, and Henry's like, ah! And Zekas does manage to hit the arrow in such a way that though the arrow was being well done, you are able to kind of hook the arrow so that your arrow and that arrow, they're both done, and they both hit on either side of Maisie's head. Like that. Like... And,
Sorry about that.
and everyone pauses,
Maisie.
and Maisie says, Maisie's horrible little doll mouth smiles and says, well,
There you go.
if you can make it out, I look forward to hearing your proposal. And Henry says, run. And Ghost Nova will kind of will rush back and grab Agnes and will run. But Henry is telling you all to run now, go.
How solid is the archway?
The archway is made of mist. But you can see the archway as you get. So go ahead, gentlemen, do your run rolls. Yeah, what's your question?
I cover more ground in the other form, but is there enough room for the other form?
That's so interesting. Okay, here is the trade-off of that. And based on the numbers for... Ooh. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This might make sense. So here's the problem. If you go to the run move for him, you have way more. You will there is no way you will avoid having to make endurance rolls to keep going, because it is part of you will be in the mist, even like running hunched over. So you'll force some endurance rolls in addition to the ones you'd force if you fail a run. But his endurance is 5 and your endurance is 2. You're Cyclops 4, so it might make sense to try to go Cyclops.
Yeah, we'll go big man.
All right, so everybody, let's make move rolls.
I'm gonna
Really wish I had the power in that.
4 power to add to it.
Okay.
The problem with the more die is it's harder to get the straight.
It is. Oh my god, I cannot believe I just got a match. I cannot believe I got a match for Ghost Nova. She had 3 dice. Ghost Nova had 3 dice and got a match in 7, so once again it's comedy.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay. I'm gonna use my retcon die. I think because I have a pair of 3s and a pair of 5s, and I think a 3 feels slightly better to me.
5 feels better than 3?
Well, 3 feels better than 5.
Mm,
Feels like 5 is on the side of the mist.
that is true. To me, that's a reason to use it. That's like, it's like, it refers to mist and smoke.
Okay,
Yeah.
then in that case, I'll go 5.
Okay.
I was thinking...
3rd degree and 5.
Yeah, I would say a
I'll
3rd
use
degree.
my 1, 2.
I will make a point of saying that as I am running, and you can hamper me however you want this, Philip, I would want to make sure that no one is disappearing into the mist.
So here's the fun thing about that. You're a smaller kind of creature. Had Zekas remained an elf, I would say that would be feasible. But there is no way you can move his Cyclops.
Oh, I'm not going to be trying to push him, no, but I won't abandon him.
Oh. Okay. So, Zekas, here's the first thing I need you to do. Make an endurance roll.
I did that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a spacesuit, right?
You are.
Does it have one of those, like, spacewalk tethers on it?
Make a luck roll.
I had 2 7s.
2 7s, okay. You're huffing and puffing, and it's like a cartoon. Oh, here's what it is. Oh, I have it in a second. Yes, Cosmo Ocelot.
I'm gonna spend 3 luck to reroll. That's 0 matches.
For
Guys.
your luck roll?
Yeah. Oh, even worse. Still no matches.
Oh, God.
So the good news for you is you don't have a tether, so you're not going to tie yourself to a Cyclops that you can't move. So you're trying to stay back with him. So, Zekas, you do this. Cosmo Ocelot, if you're staying back with him, because, like, Ghost Nova has actually made some speed. Henry is kind of moving with some, like, undue speed, and he's sort of seeing the Zekas thing, but he's just saying, hurry, hurry. But now Zekas, with his head up in the stuff, is, like, beginning to cough. And he's, he's like kind of like bending over and coughing, but he's definitely moving slow. So Cosmo Ocelot, you're hanging back as well. You're pretty quick. You're pretty quick. But now, Ghost Nova, Cosmo Ocelot, you've lost her within the mist here, or whatever. You can try to look for her if you want to. Henry is kind of ahead of you, kind of saying, hurry! And like the archway is now sort of falling. It's like Cyclops is trying to go a thing, but Cyclops he has not passed out yet, but he's definitely coughing and unpleasant. So Cosmo Ocelot, with your current speed, you can be up with Henry or even ahead if you want to be. Or you can stay back with Zekas.
Go, Cosmo Ocelot.
I'm going to try an experiment.
Okay.
with my speed, I'm thinking like a superhero, not like Cosmonaut Ocelot, but can I run in circles around Zekas?
I'm not okay. You would need like a 5th degree success in order to do that. You would need to create a flash tornado.
Yeah.
You need if you get a 4th degree success, I'll allow it potentially, but that's gonna be you're not the Flash. Your Star Fox can't do that.
Yeah.
Just go.
Oh no.
I will try to basically be keeping both Henry and Zekas in sight. So I'll be like running forward and backward.
You're in between us.
Yeah, I'm in between Zekas and Henry.
Okay. That's...
And I will...
So you're... Okay. Well, okay, then you both... Yeah, go ahead.
And if possible in this moment, I will just tell Zekas if you get small, I can take you.
We'll be fine.
Alright. At this point, Cosmonaut Ocelot, give me an endurance roll, because you're staying back in the mist, basically.
Sure.
What is this song called? Oh, this is Araya. That's right. This is from the old Provinia game. How do we do?
So right now we're debating.
Okay.
Is it worse to have 0 power, or to take? I have no matches. I'm just gonna take what's coming my way.
Okay. So you have no matches. Zekas had a match, but is kind of up in more. You have no matches. You're sort of lower, but like the stuff is sort of pulling on you guys. Okay. So you have 3 power, and Zekas has 1. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Henry will look back at both of you as you're in Cosmonaut, like you've coughed up, and there's like a like you feel slower. You feel like it's about to like it's you had no match, so it's like taking it down. Okay, Henry will sort of look back. I'm gonna have him roll a magical thing. Oh, it's actually not amazing. Okay, so he will, all he can do at that point is he'll just kind of look back at you guys and like kind of, like waving the mist away, say, move! And he will sort of send basically a buff spell on both of you. Sort of the equivalence of like a haste, sort of, like a just gonna give you stuff. What this is going to do, so Cosmonaut, you having just failed your endurance check, you would be getting a 1 die penalty on this subsequent roll. Henry is going to basically give you guys both 2 dice on a move roll, but you're only getting 1 Cosmonaut because you failed the thing, so you're only a thing.
Okay.
So you both have 2 extra dice on a move. That being said, there is now much more mist, and it is much more on you, so you will need a big roll. Zekas, succeed or fail, you'll have to also make another endurance after it, because your head will be up on it.
Yeah.
But the 2 of you are being given, he's just kind of like, magically boosting you so you guys can just run, try to get out of the edge of this. So first make your
2
move
bonus
rolls.
dice.
You get 2 bonus dice. Cosmonaut, you only get 1. But Cosmonaut, you can change 1 for free. You have a recon die, so that's pretty nice.
Three 5s.
3 5s. All right,
And
Cosmonaut,
2 1s.
2 3s and 2 1s.
And
Great.
2 6s.
Which would you like to be your secondary sort of thing here? The
I think
ones or the sixes?
The ones.
One's great.
Because I'll probably, if he starts lagging, we'll try to grab
him. Cosmonaut, how'd you do?
And huck him.
3 6s.
3 6s. Okay. Okay.
Execute order 6 6 6.
Okay. So, Zekas, you're sort of, the two of you are moving together. It is getting rough on you. Cosmonaut is coughing a lot, but thanks to Henry's sort of boost, he's able to kind of just like keep up and move and run. Zekas, you're running too, but at this point, like by the time you guys are getting out of there, Cosmonaut, like it's even like down at your level. Zekas, you're, even bent over, just so much like mist in your throat. Go ahead, and give me one last endurance.
Both of us?
No, Cosmonaut, you have managed to. It's down at your level, but you are not affected. You can kind of you can duck a little to stay out of it. But Zekas being a Cyclops is in it.
No match.
No match.
4 5 6 2 8.
Great.
So I'll use my 2.
You'll use your 2. Understood. So basically, Zekas runs really well. Zekas is even maybe running a little faster than you. Cosmonaut's kind of bending over, kind of getting it. You're getting it there, and right as you guys are seeing Henry is kind of at the edge, sort of, okay, go. You're seeing the archway fully collapse and just the mist kind of spread in there. Cosmonaut, you're running as quick as you can. Zekas is too. But Zekas does stumble within the mist at the 1 yard line and is falling down. So Cosmonaut, you have a choice here of, well, first of all, what is your look? What's your highest sense?
They're all 3.
They're all 3. Oof. With all the mist and everything going on, I'm not even sure you would be aware of him falling, although he is fucking big.
Yeah, I feel like.
So yes, as you're getting to the edge, and as you're kind of doing it, like you are in the mist. It's enervating you too. You hear
Is that your restrict system, the thing that just lets you sense your space and your.
Sure, yeah, exactly. Although the mist really messes with that.
Yeah.
The mist makes it hard to tell, but you can feel like a thud in the ground below you. So Cosmonaut, if you want to try to stay back, you're at the point where if you do nothing and keep running, you will sort of emerge from the mist. But you can't see Zekas anymore, and you feel some thuds behind. Kevin, are you around on Friday night, by the way?
Am I around on Friday?
It's not it's a half real question based on how things go.
When Zekas turns into his Cyclops form.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am.
Interesting. Okay.
What is on him? Is it like a
just
thing where
naked?
No, he's I think it is because he was oiling himself up like crazy.
I was just wondering if this was a thing where his clothes magically grow with him, or if it's just a cartoon thing where he just takes a whole other.
I think it's
thing,
just
and we don't.
It's a full different form. Yeah. If he turned into a dragon, he wouldn't have his clothes on. So yeah, when he's just a Cyclops, he's got a loincloth on.
Looking good in the loincloth.
Yeah. Well, he looks terrible. He only has one eye. He can't look very well at all.
Just 18 feet tall, 5,000 pounds.
He's 5,000 pounds. He's 18 feet tall and 5,000 pounds.
That's what it says.
Oh no. Telekinesis can't pull him out. Henry can't just 5th level. Zoop.
I mean, am I a thing where I'm losing consciousness? At which point would you revert back?
I don't think so. And that your shape change is not it's kind of just, if you lose consciousness, you're just in that,
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I would have used my extra little ones to try to push him extra too, by the way.
You would have tried to get him out? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what it is he wants to do, but I will potentially honor that based on what his plans are.
So before I go down this road, so I understand clearly what has happened.
Yeah.
Is a 18-foot, 5,000-pound Cyclops has fallen to the ground behind me like a mighty redwood.
Effectively. I really should probably say you should dodge to get out of his way, but I think based on the speed you were going, you already would have, like, he wasn't running full speed and then just fell. It's like he was running and then like, oh, so like, in that 2 or 3 seconds of him doing that.
But he's also not going to fall like a tree. He's going to keep moving forward as he falls.
Exactly.
I might still have to dodge out of the way of that.
No, I think you're, especially if he was using a 1 to try to be getting you ahead. So, okay, so what are you doing, Cosmo Ocelot?
Okay, so...
This wound up being ultra challenging after all.
I think what I would like to do is attempt to...
I thought I was safe, and then I used power, and then I wasn't safe.
When you guys started using power on those, like, look at the crystals.
Oh, I was looking at the time, and I was like,
I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be great when they run and don't have any. But now it's wrong.
We should just shot her in the face and not worried about it.
What do you got, Cosmo?
We burned her to ash last time, and we were fine.
Here's
this time
the thing.
We're like,
you're actually, honestly, what you're really doing here is giving Maisie what she wants, because she just wants you to be a little afraid, or very afraid. So yes, Cosmo Ocelot, please tell us what you're afraid to do.
I'm going to go try to just basically slap him in the face to try to give him some more consciousness, and then and after that I will try to make, because I know I can't move him. Okay. But I want to try to give him another chance to get up and get out.
Okay.
And then make my way up.
All right.
Poke in the eye.
Okay.
Just take the gloves off, scratch to the face.
Cosmo Ocelot, go ahead and make your fight roll to do that.
Four eights.
Okay. With perfect dexterity, you manage to smack Zekas across the face. Kind of, you're at the edge and you go back and Henry's like, ah! And you kind of go back and you're just like, he's like falling right, he kind of falls like right kind of to where you were, like, and you're gonna smack him in the face. Okay. Zekas, I'm gonna say that with a 4th degree, you have such finesse that it's like you could just say you have to deal him some damage to wake him up, basically. But it can be the minimum, so it's only 1. So Zekas, you're at 0 power, but you've been smacked in the face. So I'm gonna say that Zekas, you're momentarily awake. Whew. Cosmo Ocelot, make an endurance roll, because now the mist is upon you fully.
Yep. Pair of 8s.
Pair of 8s. Okay. So you're breathing it in, you're coughing, you're hawking, but you can now move out if you want to. If you don't move out, like barring him, like if he wakes up and picks you up, great. But give me a movement roll for you to get out, because otherwise you're gonna faint there and stay there. Yeah, but you can at least try. I mean, your move is.
Do I still have the bonus from Henry? Or is that one round?
I think because.
It's okay if I don't. I'm just asking. If that was just a one-time boost, that's fine. I think
you can have. I feel like that bonus. I think it wasn't a one-time boost, but I think that bonus only lasts for you for forward momentum. Any backward movement, I think the bonus is destroyed.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
But go. Well, honestly,
I'm often the architect of my own destruction.
You kind of can't fail this, because I think you're going to get a second degree success no matter what, because you have a bonus.
Yeah.
So just roll your normal.
Well, that's a weird
list of choices.
Well, like it's gonna be 3 2s.
3 2s. Well, Torrret's mist. So basically, you go back and you slap him, and you the mist is on you. You're like coughing, breathing, and you're just like, that has to have been enough. So you are going to kind of go out, and you kind of tumble out of the mist onto that sort of blue stone, cracking. Zekas. And you're probably just coughing, and there's a second of eyes watering as the cosmonauts, like you're kind of whatever. Zekas, you've been awakened. Coughing, misting, bad news, bears. You have absolutely no power.
0 power.
It's a jump, Zekas. It's just
a jump?
It's a heave yourself forward. It's a jump and move is the same for you. If only it could be a throw. If only you could pick yourself up and
throw myself.
Yeah. Come on,
all
all the marbles here, man. You are pretty. The thing is, the bad thing about being 18 feet is you're big and huge. The good news about being 18 feet is a body length for you is a pretty good distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Any bonuses on the jump, or it's back to straights?
Henry did. You've been knocked out though. Tell you what, I'll give you half the bonus. 1 bonus die.
All right.
1 bonus die and 1. It's like between the latent stuff and the sting of the claw in your face.
Can you push up on the ground as if you were throwing it away from you?
Hold on. I'm trying to look at any.
Like, can you Chuck Norris this where you like throw the earth?
Throw the earth.
Yeah, throw the earth. All right. You got 7 dice.
Well, at least I have 1 match.
And what's it in?
I have 2 matches.
Oh yeah, 2 matches. Oh, okay, never mind.
2 5s, 2 7s.
Which will you use?
He really wants to do the 7 as this giant Cyclops body is trying to jump himself out.
Yeah.
You must go out on a joke if you're gonna win or die.
All right.
The 5s feel a little bit more applicable.
5s are more applicable. 7s would be more chaotic. Yeah.
So we'll do the 5s.
You don't want to become a phylactery?
All right. So as you sort of like you've been slapped and your feet, you just kind of instinctively just like heave yourself forward. This is whatever. Give me 1 more endurance. This is kind of mean. It's the same for you. This is almost more a resist harm than an endurance at this point for you. But you have the same dice in both. So.
2 4s.
With 2 4s, okay, great. So basically, you manage to get out, and like you're coughing the stuff up, and your eye is just like water. You're just weeping out of your eye. It's pretty horrifying. But Cosmonaut emerges, and a moment later, there's just this like, as like the whole body just kind of half falls out. Like your legs may still be in it, but you're able to kind of just pull yourself out. And Henry is just kind of like once you're out. Henry just is kind of all right. What? Okay. Forget it. And Henry will just cast like plane shift on you guys. He's not. You're not fucking around here. He'll just pull you guys away. Cosmonauts and Zekas, honestly, this is probably one of those things where it's like you guys got pulled into a car and you're a little oblivious to what's going on as you're still just like, ugh. Yeah. But eventually you find yourselves just back in the Dreamlands on the edge of the park.
That was my first time visiting beach resort. I did not like it.
The resort was fine, though. Return trip. Is Ghost Nova around?
I do hear it is always hard to leave vacation.
Do we see Is Ghost Nova hanging around?
Ghost Nova is present.
Is Agnes with her?
Henry will sort of say, he kind of just turns and is asking the Ghost Nova, okay, I don't understand why you took one of his arrows and threw it. I don't, why would, all right, I know you're both sort of tired, but are you, can you breathe?
Yes.
I should have just put helmet on.
It wouldn't work. The mist goes through anything. Unless you have a very specific mist suit, which is the sort of thing they have.
Fair. Although fair. I just always forget about the helmet. I really.
Understand, yeah.
probably shouldn't.
What you should do is, if somebody ever tried to punch you, you should close it on their hand. That's what we call the buzz. Alright, well, that seemed to be a very mazy goodbye. As far as I can tell, that did not, based on what she said, that did not invalidate our possible deal with her.
It's real nice of her.
But she did want us to have a little fear on the way out, and we certainly did. Part of me wonders if that was going to happen no matter what, although I think, based on the mood up to then, I'm not sure it would have. Alright, there's the others. Looks like no one died on their mission, so that's something.
Where did they go again?
They just went to the Scented Realms to sort of scope out. Did you guys see Orlando? And Dominic would go, he wasn't there. Like, okay, well, there you go, so.
Yes.
Alright.
It's a good thing we sent the trackers on this mission.
Indeed. Even so, thank you for...
Back into regular form.
Yeah, thank you for sort of joining me on this. As you can see, this was a dangerous mission. And
So, we can just, like, give her the arcade world, right?
I don't
Or
think
do you want to make her brand new world with Trellis thing?
I believe that is more the what you. Yeah, I thought that's what you were implying, Zekas. I would not give her the arcade world. That world
Is
her infused.
Yeah.
I mean, she's already there. That already has that has a whole Dread Fighter game.
Is there a way where if we give her world, would we be able to bind her there?
Yes, but
Because right now she can spread anywhere.
she's a master mage. This is already other places. There are certainly ways to sort of limit a master mage in other
And if we
places.
put her in that world, will the Master Mage versions of her disappear?
Now, if you're asking if we could sort of try to trap her and prevent her from communing with others and sort of sequester her somewhere, that's possible, but that would sort of be a rather major betrayal. You know, I think that would, if we would,
Just exploring options.
yeah, if that's what we would do, because then I don't think she would help us against the Nightmare Rider, because I do think that what she was saying is actually a good point. The Nightmare Rider, it's all about the mist. It's all about the sort of the night, the sort of, it's one kind of fear. Maisie seems to be at the risk of sort of, Maisie seems to be interested in sort of leveling up, trying something new. You know, she's had her fun in purple misted prisons. I'm not sure we should make a deal with her, but and Zekas, I would not hand over that sort of arcade special world to her, because one, she's already there, and two, it seems like that is sort of a unique thing for that world. I thought you were implying and would be much more inclined to sort of perhaps create a world for her. But I mean, we would have a hand in creating a lot of suffering, but on the other hand, there's always suffering in every world.
Yes, I thought if she just used the virtual worlds, they have the trellis, she could live through infinite possibilities and not make real
trouble.
suffer.
Well, if we shall see. Perhaps there is some way. Perhaps
And Dracula's interested in that world too.
Yes, precisely. But you see, if we I don't know that we can give her that, because the other thing about giving her a world that someone else is already in control over, that doesn't sort of have a figure like that, is we're displacing someone. You know, we're taking something away. If we craft one for her, sort of allow her to sort of build it how she wants to. She's already created worlds before. She has that sort of like demiurgical, you know, ability.
We'll have to discuss this. I am very hesitant. I feel like we should attend to lessen suffering,
Not give her an avenue for more of it, indeed. Well, rest
in general. That is what she.
Also, Nova, what did Agnes say? What did she say to Agnes?
Well, Ghostlight, can you give Agnes to Nova so at least someone can talk to us?
I was kind of sad that I didn't get to see Nova, actually. I was sad I didn't see Agnes. It was kind of hard not being there with one of my best friends. Oh, I was with Asha, so that was good. She shouldn't use a word like that about you.
What?
That's so mean.
Enlightening.
Alright.
Well, I'm glad you had fun in Scented World. I'm going to go
I should get
call
candles.
Torrret.
I should bring you all candles.
Thanks, Sasha. Which one of these candles clears purple mist out of my lungs?
I shouldn't know that. Asha walks away.
It's fair.
Dominic is just sneezing a lot. Too many scented things. Henry will kind of just shake his head. I fear that we are up against a lot of equally unpalatable options. Perhaps, Zekas, I know you were once saying we should speak to Ecker evidently. See what he might insights he have. Perhaps I shall see if the divinations would point us to return to the Burloway cluster again. We shall see what the divinations do. But for now, well,
Go into that jacuzzi.
I think you should. Well, but that jacuzzi's infused with. It's the place we just left. It's very much that's the vibe of it. You may not.
Yeah,
Oh.
I really don't need any more fluids from that place right now.
And
Do
on
you
that
wish
note,
to go have drink at Haldir's?
Sure.
How much less sexual tension
He's
in that
oiling
place?
himself up. And it's right across the street from the beach read and the Bad Dragon. And you're like, oh my god, it's everywhere.
But we can get that. What was it called? What's the band called again?
Oh, the power converters?
Yes.
The Corella-billy?
Corella-billy.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, as you clean out your ears with some Corella-billy, that's where we'll end this session. Well, guys, that one went on longer than I thought it would because of some last-minute danger, but
Yeah.
everyone got out. And Maisie offered you a dangerous thing, and Henry's hesitant. You're both hesitant, and that's the vibe. But no one got trapped in the mist, so hooray! Well, thanks so much for watching.
I think that's the first time I've encountered a Dreadland and lived.
Sure, it can happen. Well, especially if you've made a deal with a very powerful wizard that they'll keep an entrance for you or an exit for you. Henry also had a way. Here's the other thing. Henry had a way out in his back pocket, but in the mist it would not have worked.
Well,
so like
maybe
once
we
you
should have
guys
just
were
done
running
that
through,
and not tried to run through the mist.
because it wasn't a sure thing. He figured with
I
your
was running through the mist, Henry.
based on your move scores, he figured it was a better.
I did partially wanted me to part of me to, for the joke of it, wanted both of us to die on this, so that when the next mission comes up and they're like, wait, Henry, the one time you go on a mission,
they both died.
everyone dies.
Yes, I sort of said to them, and Nova Ghost didn't die, but she's already a ghost, so yeah. In fairness, Nova
Never go on a mission again, Henry.
Ghost Nova didn't I say to both of them, this is dangerous, you may both opt out? They both chose to come, so yeah, it's just a shame. Also their souls are trapped, so I can't resurrect them, so sorry about that. Yeah, bad news.
But we made it.
Made it. Looks like we made it. So, speaking of making it, I believe in my heart that we will finally be back to the Deck of Long Lost Things this coming Wednesday.
Hey,
It has,
on the schedule it still says top flight.
So it goes. It's been a moment since we've done that, but I believe we will be back there. So please come and join for that on Wednesday, and then on Friday, Blood from a Stone. Going to be some big ticket craziness going on. Sunday, I believe we will Here Be Dragons. There's a chance Here Be Dragons will take a bit of, because we really need everyone there for these kind of big fight that's about to happen, or so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we should all be there this Sunday, or we'll do something on Sunday if we can. But yeah, so come to that, and then a week from tonight, boy, we will deal with whatever the next mission is here. Maybe a lighthearted one. Maybe I'll try to make it so all the options are just nice. None of them are hellscapes.
Nope, let's just hellscape it again every
Just
time.
straight back into the Dreadlands. Okay.
Straight back in.
Sophia says in all caps, yes, please. So yeah, go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, our our wiki to see how all these games intersect, and then I don't know, Pierce, do you have a Manzukis for tonight, or do you have a reference for tonight?
I have a backup one because I'm going to recommend the one I think is most appropriate. But I don't know if I've recommended this one in the past. So, but based off of what we did, I wanted to recommend a movie by I know you'll know it instantly when I say the filmmaker's name, but a fantastic writer and director, makes amazing movies that sort of are underseen. But and he made a movie in the '90s called his name's John Sayles.
Oh.
And he made a movie called The Secret of Roan Inish.
Oh.
That is.
Oh, okay.
All about
Sure.
about the lore of the Selkies.
Sure,
it's a little more lighthearted about it than
Yeah.
our usual exploration is about it.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
But it is about, how encountering a Selkie can change your life. And I feel like that is what
That's
happened to Zekas and Cosmonosla tonight. But I'm not sure if I've made that recommendation in the past before.
I don't believe you have.
Okay. It's an excellent movie. At least it was. I remember seeing it in the 90s when I was a wee child and loving it. So I've now revisited it in adulthood. But John Sayles is a solid filmmaker, so I believe.
A film by John Sayles. There you go. Yeah, Selkie. Oh, amazing.
Whimsical love story, doll deal making, just perfect analogy, perfectly analogous.
It's like it was written about this. All right, well, I don't know, Kevin, do you want to plug anything or reference anything? Or...
I should say one other thing, just because we probably won't have a chance before this. Andrew and I are continuing to stream games together. I believe we're going to aim for Wednesday morning this week on his channel. Andrew is trying. We're going to be, I think we're playing Grease, which is this it's a fun little indie art style game.
Is it the word?
Sort of like a puzzle. Grease, like gray in French or Spanish, I think. I believe it's made by a French developer.
Not the musical.
So it doesn't have groove. It doesn't have meaning. It's not the place, the way, the motion. It's not the way you're feeling. Got it. Guys, these are Grease jokes. The musical. Don't worry about it. Carry on.
Yeah, I'm aware. But yeah, and I think that'll probably be I think we usually have been starting around like 10:30 in the morning. So that'll be Wednesday.
Very cool. How was did you finish Papers, Please?
We got through 5 different endings of it, including many times we were arrested and executed, and our families were also arrested.
That doesn't sound fun.
We did have one version where we got the absolute best version where the revolution we did not help them. The time where they really asked us to help them, we went, no, we're not going to shoot this guy. And then that led to them being able to blow open the border and take control, and then raise us into being an agent and help us fight for the new country and the new republic.
Well,
and that seems to be the one good ending.
Okay.
The only 2 good endings seem to be that, or you escape with you steal enough passports from people entering the country to get them to be forged so you and your family can escape to another country.
Wow.
These seem to be the only 2 good endings
Grim
off of reading all the other endings.
Wow. Well. Games. What a world. It used to just be Pong, All right. Guys, thank you for watching. This was fun. Thank you for surviving. Until next time. Sweet dreams, and may you survive the night.